Hey, everybody. Welcome to the game. The Great American Experience is happening again. I'm the Wizard of Oz, and this is not my show. This show is put on by you, the participants. Those who participate, well, they bring up the subject matter for the show. So grab a link, come up on screen, and let's get the party started. There's only one rule: don't be a dick. Hey, Seabird, welcome in. Kristen, welcome in. Mad Max, Zoom, Medlab, good deal. Thank you for hanging out. Deb, thanks for the raid. Hell yeah. Josh is back. What's happening? I guess I could start my cam. I'm not naked. Bam Mom, hey, how you doing? Oh wow. Singularity. All right, guys, grab a link. Come on up. Let's get this party started. Come on, Singularity. You need to come up. Kristen, you could come up too. Come on. Let's start this conversation. There's Cupcake. How you doing, Susan? Oh no, not again. Let's see here. Uh, yeah, he did. Hold on a second. Let me make a phone call. Yeah, he did. I'll be right back.
Howdy, howdy. Can anybody hear me? Hello. Can anybody hear me?
I'm here.
What's up, Susan?
Nothing much. Same old thing going on. How are you, Max?
Good. How you good?
Yeah, yeah, we did it. Yeah, Apex started one up just after I did.
I thought so. I was like, why is there
Yeah.
two streaming?
What's up, Canoes?
Nothing much. I'm outside having a bonfire.
Having a bonfire, kick ass.
Burning up some brush piles.
Nice. Surprised you don't have a burning ordinance.
Yeah. One second.
Hi, I'm sorry. Hi, Gildan. Gildan, I think.
What's up, Cupcake? How you doing?
Good, good. So what happened with Apex? Why did he do the other one?
Because he didn't see this one up, so he started one up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Jimmy, welcome in. Valentine. Josh is back. There he is. What happened to Max? There he is.
Yeah, that's weird as hell. Because all
I
I
know.
see over here is people talk. Oh, never mind.
We crossed streams, dude. I think they were kind of conjoined.
Derp.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Derpy derp.
Hi, weather or Zoom, and forget about it.
Yeah, feel bad. Long live the hemp tea. Not hemp,
Mhm.
it's canna tea.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Zoom, no
said you made
problem,
tea.
bro. No worries, my dude.
Yeah.
Somebody had to say something, man. Like that's not just something you can leave laying around. You know?
Right.
Nice
So you
fire
made
going
tea.
up there. Go ahead. Oh,
So you-
sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Susan.
No, I was just saying that's a nice fire he has going there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can't tell like the size of it. It's basically in a tractor tire rim, so it's about
Oh, nice.
almost 3 foot in diameter.
Oh, it reminds me of
It
camping.
don't look like that in the camera.
Oh, now I went camping last week, so it reminds me of camping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I got
Now
tons of
Susan and
fires.
Twins are both on fire.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Trying to get me-
This girl is on fire. Sorry.
What were you saying, Canoes?
Well, this is like one brush pile out of about 12 that I'm working on tonight.
Oh, wow.
How do you
Yeah.
start it up? Like, what do you use exactly? Is there anything to make it, go well? I guess?
Well, usually I would use like real tiny sticks and
Mhm.
put I have this stuff, it's called trioxane. It's a military
Yeah.
fire starter, and I would
Oh,
just let
nice.
it go with that. But I was in a hurry to get it started tonight, so I kind of spread some kerosene on it and a little
Mhm.
WD-40 and
Mhm.
used a lit newspaper to light it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
McCormick says he's higher than the high as donkey balls. Bro, I'm higher than a giraffe's nuts.
Oh no, here we go.
That's
Listen.
Yeah, Canoes freaked out on me a little bit because we'd
I'm
start the
higher
fire.
than a fucking blue whale. Well, no, I'm actually going to go walk away from the fire and smoke a joint. So
Fire in the bowl.
smoke a bowl.
I can do that.
I didn't roll the joint yet,
Oh, okay. So,
so it'll be fire in the bowl.
Mhm.
but yeah, Apex got a little freaked out when I started the fire on the fire pit here in Emerald City. I'd put gasoline on the fire and then
Yeah.
use my lighter and it go poof. Instant
Wow.
fire.
Wow.
I'm just one for fire safety because I know what the fuck can happen.
It was safe.
Been
Nobody
there,
got
done
hurt.
that.
And it was a big poof, and then all of a sudden, instant fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Starts with a poof.
Mhm.
It's that woof you gotta be careful about. That radius spreads out, man. You might not know if you're in the radius.
Well, you just got to make sure there's not a tea kettle on top of the chimney.
There is that. Yeah. That becomes a rocket.
Yeah.
Now, while I got it out here, Wiz, I want to ask your opinion on something. If you can help me identify something here.
Okay, what's up?
All right. I was scrapping out that TV the other night, and I came across two boards inside of it that had, let me get some light on it. You see those big ass brown black pieces there on the left?
Yeah.
Any idea what the fuck those are?
Negative.
They almost look like some kind of capacitor.
I was gonna say a battery. Look, it almost looks like a battery.
There was
Yeah.
there was one on each side of the screen.
Where they got the connections to the board. Let me see that a little closer. Yeah, it's got to be some kind of a battery.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of wondering about that. There's some corrosion.
Careful
around
not to
the,
touch the ends. It might still discharge on you.
Oh yeah, I already discharged. When I scrap, I discharge every board before I take it off the.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Now, once you remove those from the board, there might be a label on the board itself about what that component actually is.
Because the only thing it says on the board next to them is high voltage caution.
Transformers. I bet you they're transformer capacitors.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. They're nut radius.
That's
Tough
it.
butter.
McCormick says there is a nut radius.
Damn.
Fire in the bowl.
Fireball.
Yeah, Seabird asked if you're getting gold or silver off the board.
That's the plan. That's why I scrap them out.
Right.
All the precious metal that's in the boards, all the steel. You'd be surprised how much steel there is inside a TV for the framing and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Then there's a lot of copper. There's all the wiring. But I'm mostly after it for the precious metals. Copper, copper is technically precious now. Silver, gold, platinum, palladium. You'd be surprised at how much gold there is inside of your average TV.
Right. So, have you seen anything in the news today happening, guys?
I haven't looked at the news at all today. I was out cutting lawns earlier.
The only thing I heard is Owen is going to be arrested on Monday.
Yeah. Owen Schroyer's getting arrested on Monday, or he's turning himself in on Monday or something like that.
For what?
Who knows?
Talking about January 6th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it in Texas or for DC?
I think it's DC. But here's something. Alex Jones was just talking about how his lawyer called him up or something like that
Mm-hmm.
and said he was exonerated or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that.
So
Him and Roger Stone.
yeah, so if Roger Stone and Alex Jones are exonerated, how does Owen get pulled in and be the
Yeah.
one to take the fall? You know what I mean? Something doesn't sound right about that. Dallas says Owen Schroeder was standing on the east steps of the Capitol. He's charged with criminal parading.
And,
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
He
You know
didn't
what?
have a-
All that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He didn't have a permit for his parade.
You know what? That's fucking bullshit because the First Amendment gives him the right to be there,
That's right.
the right to assemble, the right to redress government for grievances.
They're trying to take our amendments away. They're trying to take the Constitution away from us.
Right? They're trying to say they don't exist
Yeah, I
except
know.
for government permission.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're probably going to say that he was trespassing on federal property.
I've been saying it for a while now. It's not 1984 that we gotta be looking at. It's Animal Farm. What this is turning into is all animals are free. Some animals are more free than others.
Yeah.
That's what this is turning into. They're stripping us of our own personal rights, but taking those rights and liberties into their own hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think they would take whatever you give them, though, and I'm not giving up my rights, so.
Right.
Mhm.
You have to fight for them. In
Yeah.
this day and age, it takes a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Damn pigs sleeping in the farmer's bed.
Que pasa, Wild Bill? How you doing, brother?
Hey! ¿Dónde está our abogado? Avocado.
Oh.
I had to read that a couple times before I could say it.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
But yeah, this is it's just bad. Looks like the Democrats are getting played by the Taliban too, with the same game.
Just a little bit.
Yep. We'll tell you what you want to hear on the camera in front of the camera, but we'll do what the fuck we want when it's not on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the Taliban. Come on. Really?
Takia is a real thing.
Anyone who trusts a word the Taliban says is just dumb. I'm just saying.
Well, I just have a feeling they're going to pull some kind of false flag Biden thing.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Try to blame it on the conservatives. See, those bastards tried to
Right.
assassinate the president.
Same playbook, just different scenarios.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Biden is such a moron. It would not surprise me if he actually invited some Taliban people to come to the White House for a peace conference.
Oh, God.
Invited some Taliban people to come to the White House for a peace conference.
What
Sorry.
are you doing, Apex?
He's
I
recording you.
forgot that I had Twitch going. Give me a
On his
sec.
phone.
Being dumb.
Hey, Valentine,
yeah,
welcome
man.
in.
Mhm.
She's fucking playing Diablo and licking a plastic microphone here. No, I'm not doing this.
Oh boy.
Not doing this.
Where did Max go? He was up here a minute ago.
Hey, we've got White Valentine in here. Hey, you.
I know. Where's Kristen? Kristen was here a minute ago too.
Yeah.
Dad. What's up, Kristen? You still out there?
Wait, would a White Valentine be anything like a white wedding?
But I think Kristen's the one that's sweet on you.
Who, on me?
Yeah, I think she's the one that wants you to be her teddy bear.
I love that song "White Wedding" by Billy Idol. That was my jam back in the day.
I don't know.
I always like growing up. You know, I was still, younger than 10 years old. Back in the 80s, I always thought Billy Idol was the coolest looking motherfucker, ever. And I told my dad, "Oh, I want to get that haircut. I want to get that earring." He's like, "You motherfucker, you come home looking like that, I'll disown you."
Yeah, I can see your dad doing that. I'll fucking shave your head. Yeah. No shit. I just can't see you doing that, Canoes. I'll just be honest with you. I can't even picture
I was like 8 years old.
Ice baby.
No.
You know who had the coolest hair?
However,
Had the coolest hair though? Say what, Canoes?
I did have a pair of hammer pants when I was in middle school. Everybody had hammer pants.
Oh man. No, but who had the coolest hair? I thought was the lead role in Labyrinth, David
Yeah.
Bowie. Yeah,
Oh,
that was the shit.
The power of the babe.
Right.
Mhm.
The power of the voodoo, voodoo, voodoo. Do what? The power of the But I just like the last line of the episode. You have no power over me. Yeah. I used to play that for my kids all the time. Of course, they wanted to see it. They liked all the Muppets.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember Tears for Fears.
Barry, what do you know about Tears for Fears, bro?
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that too.
Alana Morissette, all that stuff. Yeah. Here comes the rain again. Weird science.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
she blinded me with science.
Apex, you're too young to know that, right? He probably doesn't know.
What, Weird Science?
Yeah, I mean all the stuff we're talking about. I mean,
The,
That's a
Yeah.
bold
you
forest.
probably weren't
Yeah,
even
sure.
born that, right?
Can you imagine all the parodies that are coming out with the old 80s songs? They blinded us with science. Science.
freedom free weed. What?
Free weed, baby. Who's got free weed?
I don't know.
You're the new best
Yeah.
friend.
Jim says it's freedom free weed, so I guess this weed's not free.
That's why Battery's building all those batteries. He's trying to replicate the experiment.
Oh God! Forget
Nice.
about it.
He's trying to build
Yeah,
up.
forget about it.
He's trying to build up a capacitance system to get 1.21 gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
What? Oh, Don said he hated the 80s.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, we're going to see some serious shit.
Well, I happen to like the 80s.
I hated it. I don't know. I was in Europe for the last 80s, for the last of the 80s. So I
Okay.
really didn't. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, as a kid, I like the 90s.
No, actually,
I
the
still
70s.
like the 90s today.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
actually
the
thought would go ahead.
The 80s were fun if you were a teenager, but like as a kid under 10, because I was born in 1980, so from 80 to 90, I was like 1 to 10 years old. As a kid, yeah, it was fun, but it wasn't that great. If you were an older teenager or in high school during the 80s, yeah, it was probably a lot of fun. I
Or
enjoyed
in Europe. Oh my God. That was so much fun.
I was a teenager in
I
the
can
70s.
imagine the rave scene in Europe was crazy in the 80s.
I
Like late 80s, early 90s.
Well, I turned 18 in Germany, man. Oh, I was loving life. Dude, I had a paycheck. Dude, the whole 9 yards, man. So,
Mhm.
Well, hey, folks, I'm going to shut down on my end here for a little bit. I got to put a few more logs on the fire, and then I'm going to head in, feed my cats, and wash up, and then I'll come up on my computer.
okay,
So I'll be back in a
cool,
little
man.
while.
Yeah. Well, don't make it too long.
Give me a half hour.
All right, man. You got it.
Okay.
Clock
Later.
started.
You know what one of my favorite bands from the 90s was? There was a group called Fastball. And they did that song called The Way.
Oh, I like that song.
It was, yeah. They only had the one, I think they only had like 1 or 2 albums, but they were really good.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song? The average soldier in Vietnam was 19. You remember that song that came out in the 80s?
Oh,
19?
shoot, we got Flacco back here. Hey, buddy.
It was a trance. It was the beginning of the trance phase of music,
Mhm.
and they were doing like reports from Vietnam in the music, and then the average age of the soldier is 19.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I'll look that one up. That was before my time.
Well, Dante's. But
I was born in the 1800s.
In the 1800s.
Yeah.
Wow.
1897 is when Maxine Waters touched me inappropriately and I got traumatized.
You said 1897?
Yeah, 1897.
All right.
That's it.
1897 top music hits.
I got traumatized. I want to reclaim my time.
Mhm.
oh man, fire in the bowl. I'm gonna get. It's Friday night, so I'm on double time until I get a buzz.
Double time.
So how old are you, Ghost, if you were born in 1897?
Well, that make me what? No, I wasn't born in 1897. That's when Maxine touched me wrong.
Now I
Oh,
have to look this up.
So you're older than that. Okay.
1881.
I'm only 157 years old.
Oh, wow. You're the oldest person I know.
No, I was actually born in 1960.
Oh, you're still a little older than me, just a little bit.
I what?
No, you're a little older than me. I'm in the 60s too, but you're maybe
Oh.
3 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
66.
So you're kind of from the era.
Yep. I love the 70s.
They
though.
are
You like the 70s?
Todd.
I like the 70s. Do you remember 1976?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you remember that was the bicentennial year?
Yes.
Yeah, that was actually a really cool year getting ready for that.
Yeah. I look at the actual living on that year. They had really a nice fireworks going on. Actually, I saw like a firework that looked like a flag. Really nice.
Yeah, I remember like the whole summer it was all red, white, and blue regalia everywhere for the whole
Yeah.
summer. Always
Mhm.
having a some kind of a Strassenfest or some kind of party, some kind of food gathering kind of
Yeah.
deal. It was everywhere and always free
Yeah.
food everywhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
even the hippies were getting into it.
Yes.
I was in the bell.
I just remember all the free watermelon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was all free for me.
That
Yeah,
was cool.
I was
Mhm.
16 years old in 1976.
Mhm.
Yeah, we just lost all the kids. They all just left. A bunch of old people.
Yeah, right. I'm like the one person like right here in the middle who's probably around their age, and I'm just not even paying attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing.
Apex,
Okay, you guys are like talking about old shit, so we're out of here.
So I
well,
went.
Apex has a talk then, and get the young
Yeah.
people.
I signed into the Army in 1977. And
You-
Oh, that shiny battery. That's an uncirculated, bro.
beautiful.
Of course, not a coin.
It's a round.
Yes,
Nope,
Oh,
it's a round.
1 ounce.
okay. I feel like silver coins need to be perforated. So they're like when you go to
It is.
when it's necessary, you can like break them in pieces and like here's this piece of silver, here's this piece of silver. Like you got a full thing, but you can break it like a biscuit.
Well, that's what they used to call pieces of eight. They
Yeah.
used to do that with gold.
Yeah.
This is the new silver eagle.
Oh,
I want to ask Ghost. You left high school and you joined.
I graduated in '82.
Yeah, I joined the Army I signed in 1977 and swore 88.
Oh.
Yeah, I was supposed to graduate in '84, but I got my GED in '82.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated in '82. Went in '85.
81.
So,
I was a product of the 1960s and 70s California school system.
We had 2 Republican governors.
hey, I was a rebel even then, man. I didn't go to school. I just went and got my GED and said, screw you all. Then I joined the service.
Well, I dropped out. I dropped out of high school and went in the Army. My home life wasn't too good.
Exactly, MGM. I remember back in '79 when the watermelons were huge.
Hmm. I couldn't drop out. My parents were very strict with school.
Well, at least you had two parents.
Great, I'm over the fire again.
Oh yeah. Especially I don't have to
Getting hot. Woo.
Susan's the hot one, so we'll put her on the fire. Hot.
Yeah, she's the hot.
Oh,
No, definitely not.
you know what that reminds me of? That song from Rod Stewart, Hot Legs. Yeah.
So, Susan, is
Oh,
that
I
your
remember that
picture?
song.
Is
You
that
too,
right?
Summer Pelosi? I was born a poor black child. Yeah, I always use that one. Yeah. See,
The jerk.
You
you guys got it bad. I was born a poor black child.
Your picture reminds me of that girl on Love Boat.
Actually, she was on General Hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Emma
I used to
Sand.
watch it. Yeah.
She probably was on Love Boat too.
Oh, maybe.
The Love Boat.
A lot of people were on Love
Mhm.
Boat. I might have been on there. One episode.
Captain Stubing.
Yeah, I remember watching that show as a kid.
Hmm.
I thought that one
Thought that
Yeah.
one what?
the one that greets people when they come on the ship.
Oh,
Julie?
the blonde? I think she had blonde hair. Or was
Yeah.
it a Julie? Julie, I think.
Julie, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Julie.
I was wanting the captain's daughter to be a little bit older.
Hmm.
I see her when she got older.
Oh man, I tell you what. I'm glad it's all over, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, as far as the equipment that Biden made them leave behind, they got some serious equipment the Taliban does now.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Obama did the same thing, right? He left.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he basically gave a ton of stuff to the Muslim Brotherhood.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
which I never could understand why he didn't go to get tried for treason for that.
Exactly.
And
Hey,
Jimmy
comfort
Carter
to the
gave Iran a whole bunch of equipment. State of the art.
enemy. Hey, comfort to the enemy.
And then he lifted sanctions off of Iran, Biden did.
Hmm.
And now that there's no sanctions on Iran, they're able to fund Hezbollah and Taliban and everything else.
Mhm.
And we're actually buying Iranian oil now.
Hmm.
They have oil?
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, I didn't know they had oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got oil.
Persian Gulf oil.
Hmm.
You know, there's a pipeline across Afghanistan.
Right? Headed to China.
Yep. You can see all the writing on the wall, what's happening right
Oh.
now.
Some of the people in Afghanistan had switched over to a different source of money.
Hmm.
Instead of opium, they started mining for lithium.
Right?
Well, now China's going to get all the lithium.
Right. For their drones
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yep. But we still have.
I feel like we
Chile-
just had this conversation, didn't we?
We did, Apex. You and I did.
I thought we did.
Chile. Chile's got a ton of, a lot of lithium.
Well, they, the news people and all the people that do all the articles are trying to say that Afghanistan is just the rare earth minerals. No, the main rare earth mineral that they want is the lithium.
Who dat?
Oh, is that the
Who dat
person
say?
who
Who dat?
doesn't like the 80s? No, I'm just
So the first thing that's going to happen here is Frosty Ghost is going to tell me that I'm attacking him. When I ask him, when did Biden lift the sanctions, and when did we start buying Iranian oil?
That was early on.
When did that happen?
It was on the news. It was all over.
When?
All
When?
over the
When?
news.
Just when did it happen? When did we lift? When did it happen?
I can't give
You-
you a date because I don't know.
Give me a rough me in. Last week, last month, last year. Help me out.
I think it was a couple of months ago. Actually, probably about 3 months ago.
I'm gonna need a little more than that, sir, because it didn't happen.
There might have been an executive order, but it was or something
No,
like
horseshit.
that.
Horseshit, and horseshit. There were no sanctions lifted off of Iranian anything in the last 6 months. None. Under any circumstances.
Well,
Even if there was an action to try and do that, they would have been blocked. Yeah, that's true.
And as far as us buying Iranian oil, that will never happen. Ever.
Happened
Under any
to-
circumstances.
Not even under Jimmy Carter, right?
Yeah, it happened under Jimmy Carter, and that's why it won't happen again.
Yeah, because
There's all-
when
Just
I
wanna-
understood,
I
China
just
was
want to
the,
know. I mean, how do you get up here and say this shit with a straight face?
It does look like you got a straight face, doesn't it?
It does. You got a wonderful face there. I've always been a fan of Mr. Van Cleef.
but but yeah, China is the one buying all the Iranian oil. They're trying to stop that from happening.
China wants all of the Iranian oil. They have made a $400 billion deal to take Iranian oil in exchange for literally anything China can throw at Iran.
Because Iran will take the ruble.
They'll do it because they won't have to use the United States banking system to facilitate that deal. And the Chinese think that the Americans won't sanction them for trading with the Iranians. And I got to tell you, I think they're patently mistaken on that. I believe that once they ship the first tanker of oil in that Chinese deal, that $400 billion Chinese deal that they make, then the United States will sanction China and any of the fucking principles involved in that. That's just my humble opinion.
I have a
What were the
question for you,
sanctions?
Don, because you're so smart, Don.
I do. Oh no! Don't go there. Don't do that. That's not
Well,
right.
I mean, you're more knowledgeable than I am about tankers and all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
I try to keep. Thank you. I try to keep my finger on the pulse of. I dig world events. I do.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, how do you know that we're not buying oil from Iran? I'm just curious. I'm not.
Well,
doubting it.
Okay. I'm happy to discuss that.
'Cause I'm
Currently,
doubting
there are sanctions, worldwide UN sanctions on Iranian oil. They can't sell it anywhere. They literally can't give it away. They're shipping tankers to Lebanon right now for free. And that's probably not going to get there because the Israelis are going to sink the fuck out of those tankers. It's never going to happen.
So are you serious that Biden did not lift any sanctions on Iran at all?
I am quite dead serious and very, very much sure of that. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about
They,
Barack Obama during the talks and stuff like that.
Obama was a fucking. He was giving it
Yeah,
up
that's where
like
I thought that was
like a corner whore. He'd give that ass up like a corner whore.
Right.
Biden won't do it. He can't do it. It's against the law. It's against our current law. It's against UN law. He can't buy.
International. Yeah.
Biden's
It's
against the
international law won't allow him to buy oil from the Iranians, and the fact that they took fucking hostages in 1979 means that we will never, ever, under any circumstances, buy Iranian oil again.
Well, thank you, Don. I'm glad to hear that, actually. I'm
Yeah.
actually glad to hear that. Because I was
Well,
under
yeah.
the impression we were.
No,
So
we're
I'm glad
not.
to hear that.
See, and Biden, and the reason he hasn't lifted any sanctions is he's using that as leverage to get the Iranians back to the negotiating table for the JCPOA. And the Iranians are going to string this out as long as humanly possible. And you know what? If Biden waits more than the next 30 days for the Iranians to pull their head out of their ass, I would be surprised, because the Israelis are actually coming to the United States here in the next couple of weeks and talking to him about this very issue. And they're going to be there with their foot trying to put it up Biden's ass. So, dude, I don't think the JCPOA will ever see the light of day again. But I also know that the Iranians are pursuing a nuclear weapon at a pace heretofore never mentioned previously in anythings.
Right.
And so we know that. The Israelis know that. And they've already said that if they continue to do this at this pace, there's no way that we can go back to the JCPOA, which makes perfect sense.
That might be
But
part of what I was reading, what you're talking about. I think some of the sanctions we're talking about is their ability to do a nuclear weapon. And that, I think, might be what Biden lifted.
I'm sorry, what? Say that again.
They had an agreement. I don't know. There's noise in the background. Kind of hard to.
Sorry, that was me. I'm shuffling about.
But to my understanding, they had an agreement that they were not supposed to be working on their enrichment program, and that's
That's
got
the
lifted.
JCPOA. No, that's not lifted. That's the JCPOA, and we walked away from it, and so they're not. They think that they're not
Bound by it.
Yeah,
bound
that's
by
right.
it anymore. Right. So they're over there enriching like fucking madmen.
Yeah.
And basically, Biden's telling them, if you continue to enrich like this, we can't go back to the JCPOA, which is fine. Which means we got to go bomb all that now. We got to get rid of it. So it's the Israelis are not going to stick around and do nothing for the next month or two any
Because
longer.
that's their target.
That's their target. Exactly.
Yeah, they're
And
not going for ICBM kind of technology because they don't need to go that far. Their only mission is to wipe Israel off the face of the earth.
There's demons behind Apex.
Zombies.
Apex, I think you need to look behind, over your shoulder there.
Oh, I'm aware. No, these
So what's
guys,
with all this?
they hate
Yeah.
this.
Those are
What's with all this shit about China doing those drills out by Taiwan?
Oh boy.
China has been testing Taiwan's defenses
They
every
might-
day for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
not moving behind
Yeah.
him.
I'm sorry, what?
Behind
Do
Apex.
what?
They're not moving behind him.
No,
Oh.
they're not moving behind me, but I mean, the ones behind me aren't what you need to worry about. It's the ones behind those ones you have to worry about. The moving ones.
Okay.
Those your friends. huh?
So,
Glad I got my sword sharp.
Right, me too.
Yeah, you should have. Last night, Canoes and I had a wonderful in-depth discussion, pretty much all the hot spots around the world.
Oh, we got cookie.
It was fun.
so
Here,
We do that.
well, you know that we got a lot of fleet down there too.
Freaks down where?
We've got a lot of fleet, international fleets.
Oh, dude, we got assets. You mean down in South China Sea?
Yeah.
We got more assets in the fucking South China Sea than we've ever had.
Yeah.
We literally have 4 battle groups there right now, 4 carrier battle groups, and 3 of the latest Seawolf fast boats, fast nuclear powered fast attack boats.
Oh,
So,
I
we're
thought
gonna
you
fuck
said
some shit up.
fast boat.
I
I
said
thought it was the fast boat.
fast. Foxtrot
Fast.
Alpha Sierra
Not bass.
Tango,
Gotcha.
not bass. No, sir.
Okay.
Oh, three bass boats in South China Sea. That would be helpful.
It would be very helpful.
I'm sure. You know, as long as we got good trolling motors, I think we'll be all right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, get them Johnson 20 horse, you know. Yeah.
Go trolling the Iranians.
But yeah, the with all that going on,
Well,
that is
I think the Chinese. We believe the Chinese are going to try to repatriate Taiwan in the next 12 months.
right.
That's the conventional wisdom. And so, if you'll look, you'll see that not only are the U.S. and NATO moving assets close in, also Japan, India, and the Russians are now starting to move fleet into South China Sea or the Pacific.
Right. I was going to say, if anybody heard any movements up north. Yeah.
Canada?
North.
No, Russia, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, actually, the Russians just moved 4 divisions to the border with Ukraine. The belief being that they're finally just going to take over the Donbass region because Biden's not going to do anything about it. He's already said that. But if it was Trump was giving offensive weapons to the Ukrainians to prevent that.
Right.
But Biden's
killers.
not giving any defensive weapons or offensive weapons to the Ukrainians. And so the belief of the Russians and Putin is that they can just walk in, take the Donbass region, and basically take yet another portion of Ukraine. And basically they've already taken the Crimea. So as soon as they take the Donbass, they'll take another portion of the Ukraine. So they're just whittling the country down to nothing.
Well,
While we stand here with our thumb up our ass.
Right, that
pissing
border
me off.
runs right up the middle of that country, the Ukraine.
What border?
There was a border historically. Half of it was Russian, half of it was.
That's the Donbass region you're talking about. And the Russians claim that some of it was Russian, but it's never been fucking Russian. It's always Ukrainian.
Okay.
That's just some Russian propaganda that it was, it's Russian speaking, so they need to defend it. Fuck you. It's not Russian.
I
Sorry.
worked with 2 Ukrainians.
It's Ukrainian sovereign territory, and the Russians are fucking claiming it, and they're threatening it right now. Like they do. That's what he does.
See
Sorry,
that region of the Ukraine, they had dominated that for over 150 years.
Who? The Russians?
I believe
They've never
so, since the
dominated that.
Tsars.
No, they've never. The Donbass region?
No, I don't know what regions, but I'm just talking about the eastern portion of that country.
And I'm telling you, the eastern portion of that country is the Donbass region. And it is not Russian territory. It's never been dominated by Russian. It was Russian speaking at one point, but that's it. So the fact that somebody is telling you that it used to be Russian territory is just
that's what I had thought. That's what I thought. I didn't know if it was true. That's what.
I can't tell the difference between Russian and Ukrainian.
Me either.
Did you hear that? Wifey's saying that I'm getting upset, and I am. So
Calm
she says,
down.
breathe. I know.
Breathe. It's okay. No, that's what I was saying. I was bringing it up because I don't know.
Well, the Russians, like I said, the Russians have recently put 4 divisions on the border of Donbass. They're actually threatening to take it back. Take it. So fuck, why can't we send some troops in there? They've already taken the Crimea, and they did that without a fucking shot.
Right.
Well,
I just feel sorry for the Ukrainians. I really do.
You straightened me out on the Iranian thing, because I was under the impression that all the sanctions had been lifted on them and they were enriching uranium and planning on attacking Israel and stuff. That's what my thought processes were.
Well, dude, you got the last 2 of the 3 of those right. They are enriching the fuck out of some uranium, and they are looking to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. Yes.
That's still their goal. And in a sense, with them not having a continuation or any bold action against stopping them, effectively they have. They have no. They feel they have no restrictions. There's nobody that's going to enforce it.
I remember back in the Shah of Iran days, back when before they went back into the Middle Ages.
Yep. You know what I remember? Fire in the bowl.
That's something that's needed.
Yes. Fire in the bowl. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
.com.
So, where's Joe?
Joe the potato?
Yeah, Joe the potato.
Yeah, Joe seems to have retreated back to mommy's basement.
I think he's running away.
He's in Kamala's basement. That's it.
Joe.
Yeah, they're already talking like Kamala's already unfit too. The Democrats are saying that.
Kamala is what?
Very nice. Don't play it off.
What's happening to Kamala?
They're already making her unfit or incapable of taking the seat.
Oh, she can't. She couldn't do it. She's already destroyed the border. She destroyed it.
She hasn't done anything. Except traffic those fucking kids from the border.
That's destroying it.
Now hold on. Didn't she have a wonderful set of knee pads and give some of the greatest fellatio in the state of California when she in her day?
That's
I mean,
the
come on.
report. That's the report.
I mean, that's what the rumor is.
That's what I hear anyway.
So
That is the rumor.
I mean, is that nothing? You know?
I don't think it works with international politics, though. They're all gay.
Well, I'm not saying it's something I'd espouse, but if I could make it, if I was a chick and I could make it to the vice presidency of the United States just because I sucked a great cock, then
Oh boy. All right. Do we have to talk about that?
no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'll shut up now.
There's a ladies present.
Yeah. I don't like hearing that kind of talk.
Say it loud, say it proud. Penis.
If you want to talk like that, I'll just mute everything.
It's fucking with you, Susan. It's okay.
But yeah, that's a problem, man, because she doesn't fit the requirements of the power anyway. She doesn't fulfill the requirements.
There's some women that get ahead just from their brains, intelligence.
There are some.
Not
Sure.
her, not Kamala. I'm talking about other people.
Right.
And Kamala has got a bad track record for lying as well.
So you know what that means, right? If Joe Biden gets deposed and Kamala can't take the seat, you know who's in third spot?
AOC.
Oh, the torpedoes,
Oh,
Nancy.
the twin
Nasty
torpedoes.
Pelosi. Yeah.
oh no,
Nasty.
we don't need her.
Can
Nasty
you imagine?
Oh no.
Please.
Hey, Wiz, is it that time yet?
Could you imagine
Okay.
us being under?
I worked with two guys from Ukraine, and both of them said Ukraine has always been Russian.
I heard that too before, from people that lived over there.
And they were pro-Russian.
Hmm.
So
Whoa,
Russia had
that's
a bunch
cool.
of,
You can see the minions through the glass.
they had a bunch of spies planted in Ukraine to say that.
These guys don't live in Ukraine. I don't work in Ukraine.
But anyway,
Oh,
so we just had Fire in the Bowl.
we
Boy,
did.
you
And I
hungry?
got,
You're hungry and you have a pie, eating a hole in your pie hole.
maybe.
Yes.
I'm kind of focused on this right now.
Right. I was gonna say, give it. Yeah, I try to wait for about another half hour.
It's okay. It's sweetened, so we're good. Yes, it's sweetened
Okay.
can of tea.
Yep.
Don, I ended up doing all the pruning and stuff on the plant. Had about, I don't know, I'd say a good almost pound and a half of fan leaves and stuff, at the ready. So I ended up boiling up almost a gallon of weed tea.
Did it work? Did you get any? Was there efficacy?
It doesn't get me high, but it's more like a calming effect.
A body buzz.
A CBD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
I like it.
Transfer. Yep. Cool.
Smoke weed and the Jeep go down the highway. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was out driving the new ride today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
What's up, fellers?
What's up, buddy? Oh, I just saw Nipple. We're off Twitch now.
What did you buy? What did you buy, Don?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. I got a 2007 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very
Nice.
happy
With the
with it.
5.7.
3.7 liter inline six.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The old the motor that made the Jeeps famous, basically, the million-mile motor. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, Don, you got to refresh real quick, bro.
Stand by.
I found the letter L.
What the fuck?
Don't have so many questions all at once.
So, I got an 06 Laredo sitting back here with the 5.7 in it.
You're kidding.
No, that's what I was saying. I had one of my boys. It
Oh,
had
that's
a-
right. That's your yard mule.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, the property mule. Stuck in four-wheel drive, so it's no good for the road. It's been the title, can't get a title on it because it was salvaged out. So we're
As long as,
gonna turn
as long
it
as it
out.
runs, that's all it's got to do.
Yep.
So it sounds like you're making good use of it.
Well, we'll have to outfit it. Get some decent tires and stuff.
Yep.
All that jazz.
So I'm trying to figure out the best way to transfer as much as possible of my '06 aftermarket parts that I had put on my Overland.
Yeah.
They're both WKs, and so literally most of the parts should be a 1-for-1 bolt-on. So I'm trying to figure out how many of those parts I can get across to the new platform, to the new Jeep.
Oh wow. Well, it should be just bolt on, bolt. Right.
It should be. Yes, it should. It should be. And I'm hoping that everything is that easy. Yes, sir.
Well, the lift is never easy.
The lift, I'll have to get the lift new. The first thing I'll have to do is put a 3-inch lift on it. And while I'm there, I might as well put some Bilstein 5100s on it, new shocks and struts. Get a front end alignment, and then that will allow me to put my tires on it, which also the tires are massively oversized. Then I can put some rock rails on it. And in the meantime, I can start to transfer other stuff my own self, like the basket, on the roof, the radios and things like that. So yeah. Plus, it's a project, dude. That's what I want, is a project.
New toys.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I want something that was completely done, I would have bought something new.
I would choose. I'm gonna say something that's just a suggestion, and it's what I do with every new vehicle I come across that I deal with. Is I put Z-Mag in the oil, in the fuel, and in the power steering system, and in the transmission.
Z-Mag, never heard of it.
Z-Mag, it's a molecular super lubricant kind of. It breaks the metal.
Okay.
Of your engine. I've never had a blown engine. In fact, I blew the rod in my Equinox.
Yeah.
And still drove it to the shop where they told me the engine was.
I did that in my 5.7. I blew rings, rod rings, and still got it to the shop. Still drove it to the fucking shop, literally.
Yeah, I blew a piston rod, actually. Yeah, and still got to drive it to the shop. Over revved it. I was pulling a trailer full of about 2-3 tons of steel. And
so battery inline 6. You blew an i6 inline 6 engine in a Jeep battery. Is that what I'm reading? Wow, dude.
Damn.
I thought those motors were pretty bulletproof. I really did.
Yeah, you're supposed to change the oil from time to time, though.
Yeah, that's true. Or even add oil when there isn't any.
Correct. It doesn't say that it doesn't need maintenance. But it's pretty much it. You got to keep that oil in it. But yeah, I'm a true believer in the Z-Max technology. And
Z-Max, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a molecular treatment for the metal of your engine, the bearings, the surfaces, all that stuff makes it super smooth at a molecular level. And yeah, I'm a true believer in that shit.
The first thing I will do will be to change my oil with a synthetic Mobil 1. I'm a believer in that. I've run that in everything I've ever owned, and it works.
Right. So that Z-Max though, I remember watching the commercials and the promos for that. They actually took an engine with the Z-Max and then dumped the oil and put water in there. And
Z-Max.
It was,
Okay. Z is in Z, right? Not E is in Echo.
Right. ZMax.com. I'm not getting paid, but I'm a true believer in their technology.
Dude, if you like the stuff, I'll get some. I'd like to do that.
But I put it in the power steering. I put it in everywhere you go fluid. Fuel. You put it in the oil and the transmission. And yeah.
Wow.
Yep, it works great.
Okay.
Just a quick shout out. We got Smouse in the house down in chat.
Moose.
Smousey, my brother. How's it hanging, Mr. Balls? Low, long, and to the left, right?
Man, I'll tell you what. Nothing as good as Cheetos and French onion dip.
Ew.
I thought you were eating differently, Apex.
Yeah.
What happened to that, cleaner, greener, meaner me coming up?
It's Cheetos.
It's Cheetos. Gotcha. Okay. You know what? That's the sad part is I understand that. I do.
Right.
I get that. It's Cheetos, so yeah, I know.
They've got
There's
little
weed and
finger
Cheetos
covers
mixed.
now.
It's bound to be a bad time.
Cheesy stuff on your fingers.
Yeah.
What?
I was like, fuck, I wish I could send that to Chuck and give him a Chuck.
So they got finger covers now, so you can eat Cheetos without getting cheesy shit on your fingers.
Oh, I gotta get
I
that.
heard about those. Are they like
I'm like, oh my God, have we really evolved to this now?
They're called bugles.
Fire in the bowl.
On your fingers.
Fire in the bowl.
Yeah.
Fire in the bowl.
Yes, sir, Mr. Balls. The puppy dog is feeling much better than last
Oh,
night.
that's good.
Yes.
That's good. I was worried about it.
It's every 4 months.
We're seeing the trend analysis is that it's happening about every 4 months. So we're trying to understand better so that we can treat it. Went down to the dispensary today and their dog-friendly CBD oil.
Nice.
And they have an expert there. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So nice people down there, very informative, very helpful. We were able to get exactly what we needed. And hopefully we can get the dog stoned as a bat.
There you go.
I'm kidding.
I got my dog drunk once.
Hopefully
You know
she'll
what
feel
sucks
better.
about Cheetos is you get the
Yeah, one
Cheetos
shot.
fingers, and when you're trying to break up a nug, that's never. I'm gonna have cheesy weed.
But it's Cheetos.
Wait, no, I take it back. I've got a grinder. Oh, that's cute. A freaking grinder. Oh, snap. It's another cartoon one.
Why
There
do
we
you-
go. Let me just grind up my weed in this cartoon grinder really quick. And then I'll smoke it through the cartoon bong.
Oh, God.
That's great. The funny part is that this isn't even green. It's yellow. Why is it picking up on my green screen? Yeah, but they're Cheetos.
Oh,
That's why you don't know
Eat an
what
apple.
the fuck they are. It's just Cheetos.
They're just Cheetos.
no, but who wrote that? That's right. That's
That's
what
me.
it has in it. Oh.
Every part of that sentence is correct. But they're Cheetos, and I'm high.
I like the white
There's
cheddar
worse things I could be eating.
Cheetos. They're,
I have a
be natural.
Really? Name one.
Actually,
Exactly.
hold up. I got this. I got this. I don't got this.
Mayonnaise.
I mean, if you wanted to gnaw on a stick of dynamite, or
yeah, but that's like go the obvious direction.
Okay, all right. So maybe
Oh.
biting the ass end of a rattlesnake, probably not a good idea. But
I've got a good one. Doritos. Doritos are. I believe Doritos are worse for you than Cheetos.
really, because I got to disagree with that. Here's why.
They probably got the
simple-
exact same ingredients.
My simple
Probably.
analysis says that there's there's more corn in the tortilla of the Doritos than any sort of kind of
Yeah.
what am I looking for? Anything goodness in a Cheeto. I mean, hell, even the cheese is a fucking is a chemical.
Its biggest
Okay, I
ingredient
got
is
one.
air.
I got one.
Okay.
Something that would be worse than eating a handful of Cheetos. Munching down on a big old greasy Big Mac from McDonald's.
Well, with the Big Mac, you're getting some protein.
Maybe a lot of that's oatmeal
Getting some
filler in
veggies
burger
with the
patties.
tomato and the lettuce and the onion.
Well, no veg.
Is that really meat in there though? I mean, how you know?
That's the thing. Because
It's 100% beef, but it's GMO beef. It is 100% beef, but it's GMO cows.
Yeah,
It's 100% beef. It's just kangaroo beef.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
full of hormones, all kinds of shit like that.
Yep, and that special sauce, yo.
They're grown in labs.
I just read the ingredients on the Cheetos.
Uh-huh.
It didn't have any high fructose corn syrup, artificial colors, or GMO corn.
Yep.
I find that hard to believe.
According to the label,
It's true.
So it
I'm
doesn't
looking
have.
at it right here. Enriched
None of them-
cornmeal. Some
It's not going to tell you in the ingredient list if it's GMO. It'll be somewhere else on the bag. This product is made with GMO made corn. It's
oh no,
it'll be there
Bush
somewhere.
number 2 eliminated that.
Gluten free.
yeah.
Don't say anything about GMO anywhere.
Well,
Let's
it's got
take it
MSG in it for one. It's got monosodium glutamate.
Yep, it does.
But
So
if it
there's
doesn't say
that.
GMO, doesn't mean that it doesn't have it, because usually it would say no GMO if it doesn't have it. You understand what
But
I'm saying?
you-
Like it'll say no GMO. So if it
The
doesn't
biggest
say
ingredient,
anything, it could mean that they have it.
right? The biggest ingredient in the Cheeto is air.
That's the
Mhm.
bag. Yeah, yeah, and Cheeto too.
Well, it depends on if you're eating the puffs or if you're eating the crunchies.
The crunchies, yeah.
I like the
I'm eating the
puffs.
crunchies.
But if you eat a whole bag of hot Cheetos at once, it's
bag?
going to be painful for you.
Mhm.
It's true.
This
It is
bag-
bad.
This bag is less than 1 ounce.
Well, a regular bag, big bag.
About 99% of all processed corn that is used in American foods, it's GMO corn. It's all modified to, use with the pesticides that they use growing it.
Well, they've
Roundup
been
corn.
modifying corn ever since it was just grass.
Right here it says
Well, no, there's a difference between naturally selecting and breeding corn the old-fashioned way, and then genetically engineering it with computers and synthetics.
And
Well,
insects.
no,
Two different,
Yeah.
two whole different things.
See, when I think GMO corn, I'm thinking like corn that they use for feeding cattle and stuff.
That stuff's GMO too.
I'm pretty sure that's not what's going inside of Cheeto. I could be
There's
wrong.
not that much. There's not that much of a difference between cow corn and the corn that they use for cornmeal and shit. It's pretty much the same fucking corn.
You're
Right.
talking about dent.
Yeah, dent corn.
Yep. Skulldrazer says if you put some cheese on those packing peanuts that are made from corn, it tastes like Cheetos.
No more
Man.
kiwi.
Maybe. This is what it says for the enriched cornmeal. It says it's cornmeal, ferrous sulfate, niacin, was it thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid.
3.
Vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Which 99% is
Veg-
soy.
Corn.
Yeah.
Canola.
They'll
Veg-
use
And or sunflower oil.
Right, and that is omega 6. And if you don't have omega 3 with it, then yeah, it's
We-
not good for
We
you.
ingest way too much omega 6.
Yep. That causes inflammation in the body.
Yep.
That's
Mhm.
why I'm
Yep.
taking
Sodium does as well.
wild salmon oil.
Sodium makes me blow.
It's low in omega 6 and high in omega 3.
Mhm.
Right on Zoom. I'll check it out here in a bit. I'm not on Twitch currently. Shoo.
But yeah,
It's
so
called Fire in the Bowl. I never heard it.
I'm back to my point. I think he's running away.
Who's running away?
Biden.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Where the heck can he run away?
It's one of those. He knows he fucked up. He knows that it's gonna look bad, and he doesn't want to deal with it like an adult.
Oh. Does he have the brain function to realize that? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Right?
I mean, I would hope that's giving him a lot of credit, you know, by me saying that.
All he
doubt-
knows is stand there and read the card.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I highly doubt that he's able to read even the most simple map.
Yeah.
He can't even remember what.
I'm gonna make hash browns in the morning.
Did you see the interview where he couldn't even remember which branch of the service that said son was in?
Mm-hmm.
That was bad.
Potato.
He has either Alzheimer or dementia. He has something.
It's dementia. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Gotta
Yeah.
be. But I mean,
It looks like dementia.
here's the thing. It's so obvious at this point that I think somebody should be getting in trouble for elder abuse or something, because they're just stringing him along.
Mhm.
You know, he's playing this part. You know, he's playing it well. Don't get me wrong. He's playing this part well in their eyes.
Manchurian Candidate Part
Yeah.
2.
But I feel like this is also elder abuse.
It's a continuation of the Obama regime.
You know,
He's suffering
That's all
from
it is.
withdrawal from little girl's hair.
Oh boy.
it's okay,
you
guys. He can handle himself.
Chemical filled
Get him a
shampoos
kid
in
popcorn
hair.
or
bet,
corn pops.
I bet you money Valerie Jarrett is in the background somewhere out there.
Yeah.
With all the chemicals that are in shampoos, and he's sniffing all them little girls' hair.
I use chemical-free shampoo and conditioner.
Shampoo, what's that?
Oh, that's right. Some men don't use it.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
shit.
gonna say I buy
Our
Axe
name's
body
Paul
wash
from
and
the
that's
top
about
of the
it.
game.
I buy Axe body wash and it does it just fine.
Mhm.
until I can make soap of my own, and then I'll make blackberry free soap.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I just want to say hi, dear.
post that up.
Dear Butch.
Hey, Natural Nation. How you doing?
Where'd you go?
Damn, Skull, tell us how you really feel.
Right? I just stopped by Gator. What's up, Butch?
I'm gonna go because it's past my bedtime. So I hope you
It's
all
Friday
have a good
night.
Yeah,
It's
I
Friday
know.
night.
But I've been up early, so I'm tired.
I got work tomorrow.
You got
What
work
time you-
tomorrow.
Yep.
But how long you have to
Yeah,
get up?
if I
Like,
could work tomorrow, and I said, yeah, I guess I could.
It's party night,
I'll put those away.
Susan.
yeah, I wish. I'm tired.
Oh, hey, look at that. There's a ghost.
What's up, Bill?
Hey,
Oh
Hey.
man.
Anyway, have a good night, everybody, and
Yeah.
God bless you
Night,
all.
Susan.
Hi,
Peace,
Susan.
love. Okay, talk to you
Dream
soon.
well, Patriot.
Thank
night,
you. Talk to
Susan.
you soon. Oh, bye.
Sweet dreams.
and then there were 6.
6 on the pedal.
We need one more to make the Magnificent Seven.
Right. If we get 3 more, actually, if we get 4 more, then we could do the Hollywood Squares thing.
Right.
How many can we get on the screen altogether?
10.
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
We can get 10 on the screen.
4 more.
Yeah, Barry says we're the ridiculous 6.
Things become a little
Valentine.
incoherent
Come up.
after 6. Everybody's talking over each other.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
And my screen, and my bandwidth gets stretched. Right?
Yeah, give
For some
her your
reason.
help.
Bill's making goofy faces.
Where's
No goofier
Where's
face than
Huckleberry?
Lee Van Cleef.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
She's hucking berries.
You look so excited. Hey,
Not
George.
see hiring anymore. Emery. Aircraft.
Yeah, he's acting like he's talking. You gotta show us you gotta show us your lure machine.
You want to see my lure machine?
I want to see
Yeah.
this lure machine.
It's not ready yet, but let's see. Let's see if I can.
Invention, eh?
Okay. It's on top of my washing machine.
Washing?
You got a washing machine?
Yes, I have a washing machine.
Is it one of them crank models?
Yeah. Let me turn my camera around. Let's see.
There's a guy on YouTube that's got a fucked up washing. I don't know if it's a washing machine or a dryer, but it does this crazy, like it's out of balance, so it like goes dunk 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 dunk. He uses it as the drum. He plays guitar with it. You know,
Yeah,
the
I've seen
machine
that.
sets the rhythm.
Yeah.
He plays like Metallica to it and shit.
You hit the wrong button.
Yeah, Bill, we just about saw it and you hit the wrong button. Hey, Kimmy's in. How you doing,
What's up,
Kimmy?
Kim? She didn't go to bed at all. Ooh, ay, ay.
Oh, damn.
Okay. So anyway, I got this little rotisserie motor, and I got this set up like this here. That's the rotisserie motor, and then It slides down on this little thingy right here. And this
Right.
is from CB radio mount right there.
Okay.
Then it has a rod. This rod I had to retrofit it to fit in there. And then I squared that end off like that. So it fits in there. And I still have to make some wheels on here. It's going to have a couple wheels. And then you just plug it in. It's got a little switch on the side right there. Let's see. Right down there. There's the switch. Just turn it on and off. That's it.
Nice.
Anyway, I had to put a little sleeve in there, little metal sleeve. And then I have a stopper thing that goes there. And
You know what else you could do with that, Bill?
It's going to turn around and around while
Yeah.
the epoxy is drying and making my 3D fishing lures.
You know what else you can do with that?
Shove it up my ass.
Yeah.
That'd be a
When
little
you get it
tough,
good
but
and hot.
yeah. Lots of lube. You could wind coils.
What?
Wind coils.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
You could wind coils with that.
Well, I can always take that off and put it on a different rack and use it for fishing poles as well for winding the eyelet on fishing poles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to turn kind of slow. It doesn't have any variable speed to it or anything.
On and off.
Just on and off, just like cooking a chicken.
Full speed and stop.
But I see that setup, and I see the making the winding the coils for the energy device.
Hey, that'll work.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Well, I can actually get a higher speed type of system.
You don't want a high speed because you got to make sure those wires sit in there properly, especially if you make a dual phase coil.
Well, if I was going to do like fishing poles or winding coils, I'd actually want a variable speed. So that way, on a foot pedal. Variable speed and a foot pedal.
That was good, T.
You know what? You know how you could achieve that real easily? Get the pedal switch for a variable speed sewing machine,
Mm-hmm.
and just use your feet to control the speed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that foot pedal is just a potentiometer.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's nice. So you get your hands on whatever the object is, and you can be spinning it, with your foot.
Yep.
Controlling it like that, like a sewing machine. The sewing machines,
Yep.
the cool thing about them, you can pick them up all day long for around $20 or $10 used.
I got one I pulled out of the trash a couple years ago. Nothing wrong with it.
I got mine for free at a rummage sale. And it's a Viking sewing machine.
Oh, those are worth some money.
And it's the old West German. It's the one that says West Germany. So I can't remember. There's a different company. They don't make Viking anymore.
Yeah, mine's a Singer, probably from like the late 60s, something like that. It's
My grandmother had a
gotta be
Viking.
40, 50 years old.
I got one that was, I think, in the mid 70s. That actually has the case cover, the portable unit, and I think it's a Singer.
I picked up a treadle sewing machine, an antique one that was made in the 1800s for $20 from a sewing machine place.
My mother has one like that. It's an antique Singer with the foot treadle.
My grandmother's sewing machine had a pedal that went like this.
Yep, that's a treble.
That's what mine did.
I do all my sewing by hand.
Well,
So
I
do I.
didn't know how to sew until I bought that treadle sewing machine, and I taught myself.
Yeah.
I learned to sew by hand when I was like probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
Mom was showing me how to put buttons on and
Boy
fix
Scout.
rips in my clothes and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Some
ended
patches
up
on your
getting into, like
uniform.
hand embroidery and stuff. Like I would do like leathers and like the whole 9 yards.
Took my
I learned by
uniform.
I had to sew patches onto my pants. when I was a
Yep,
kid.
I had to do patches on my scout uniform.
I did patches on the back of my leather jacket for when I went through a punk rock stage.
Right. Well, if you rip your pants and you can't afford to buy a new one, you got to patch them up so you can wear them.
Well, here's the deal. I was going to the Ren Fair, and I wanted to do a cut and slash Shakespearean type of a costume, and you can't exactly go buy it at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not something you can buy at Walmart.
Pantaloons.
And pantaloons. Exactly. And instead of hand sewing it, I got a treadle. I wanted to keep it as close to, authentic as I could, but I was like, I can't do all that hand stitching on those cut and slash pantaloons, man. No freaking way.
Yeah, you can't go to events looking all farb and stuff. That's for sure.
And that's back in the day when I used to go out in the park and fight in medieval armor.
Man, it is so hard to find somebody that does riveted chainmail anymore.
All you got to do
when
is
you do, it's like fucking $500-$600 for a.
Well, yeah, it's because it's so labor intensive.
Yeah, it really is, though.
The people that do that, they're true craftsmen. It's not just like, it's a day job. They sit at their forge and work on one piece for weeks.
Yeah.
But I know people that were making chainmail that all they would do is they would wind it on a mandrel and then take a cut-off wheel and cut it right down the links.
That's
and
one
then
way to do it.
Yeah, that's just butted chainmail. That's actually what that stuff will do when it's hit will actually fly off and it'll actually take away from the structural integrity of your chainmail.
I know. But I knew people that when I first tried my hand at making chainmail, that's how I did it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my first pair of gauntlets I made myself and I did all the chainmail for it. It was a bitch and a half just doing butted chainmail. I couldn't imagine how labor intensive it would be for riveted.
There's a ton of videos on YouTube how to make chainmail.
Oh yeah. Actually, what my next project is, I'm looking to make a samurai suit of armor.
We didn't have.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't have YouTube back in the day when I was making my chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
They got one making chainmail with pull tabs.
Yeah, I've seen that. Actually, there's a type of it's scale armor. What you can do, go to get yourself a vest. Any kind of vest will do, preferably leather. But get yourself a vest, and then go to Goodwill or something and just buy out their spoon section. What you do is you cut off like.
Whoa, that's some sexy.
Cut off this end of the spoon, and then you're left with this. Drill 2 small holes and keep overlapping them. It ends up looking like dragon scale.
Yeah, dragon scale.
Yeah. Scale armor is one of the easiest armors to make for medieval. And it's very incorrect in certain periods.
I had a full set of Persian plate mail. It
Nice.
was so I could bend with it and everything.
How about that chainmail?
Giggity.
Oh, dude. I saw girls in chainmail bikinis.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a real giggity situation.
It's freaking awesome. It's awesome.
I kind of like samurai style armor.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch that movie, The Last Samurai? Like some of those outfits that those guys wear, that shit was badass.
I had armor similar to that. It's called banded armor, and it was kind of more of a Roman version of the samurai armor.
That looks heavy.
I had the Persian. My banded armor was meant to look like leather, but it was only ABS, high impact plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me lightweight and mobility where I could kick some real ass. But
Make a chainmail jig.
huh?
Guys, make a chainmail jig.
And then the other one, real common armor. It's a lot more common than you think. It was used all over Europe. It was called a coat of plates. A coat of plates is like plates that are fastened to leather, inside leather, and then it's covered with either a leather or a fabric on the outside.
Yeah.
So you don't even see the plates. And it's really mobile.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen all that stuff, man. I don't do that crap anymore. I still have swords and stuff, though.
I had some buddies from California. One of them moved up to Oregon, and we went down to visit his friends down in California. And these guys put on armor, grabbed their swords, and went out in the backyard and had a fight.
That's what I do.
What happened?
They did it for fun.
You beat the shit out of each other. Let me
And
tell
the
you.
women were in the house doing something more dangerous. They were doing their nails with their doors and windows closed.
Hey, Canoes, were you about to share something, bro?
Nope.
Okay, then it's just on my end. Shoot.
If it's getting fucky, just refresh.
Yeah, technically my internet's not, my browser's not even responding. Be right back.
Yeah, reset your entire system. Reboot.
Yeah.
Whoa. Kitchen knife made by cooking sand in the microwave oven. Interesting.
You know what I want? I want those gauntlets from I Come in Peace. The ones that launch the fucking little mini disc at people and shit. I want one of those fucking
Guess I haven't seen
rail
that.
launchers and launch little CDs. Shit at people.
This shouldn't be working. Do you guys still hear me?
It's tuned into KIL.
Can't hear you anymore.
We hear you, but your video's frozen.
Yeah, you're gonna have to shut down and restart.
Reboot your system. Reboot your modem too.
Is that launcher, that little bracer with the launcher in it, that's completely doable.
Mm-hmm.
And for a close range weapon, yeah, that's pretty vicious.
So my close range weapon of choice is a pirate's cutlass.
Well, it'd be real easy to make it a repeater kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You'd have like 5 discs loaded in there. And toom, toom, toom.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, launched.
Yeah, with a electric rail launching, like a rail gun kind of launcher. Toom, toom, toom.
Well, I want a machined magnesium projectile that I can launch from a rail gun.
Well, did you guys see that there's going to be available soon a professionally made railgun for civilian use. They call it a
Oh,
Gauss
really?
rifle. Yeah, they call it a
That's,
Gauss rifle.
They call it what?
Gauss, Gauss.
Oh,
Cool.
shit. Yeah. You got an image on that, Canoes?
I can pull one up. Give me a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of badass there, Apex.
I wonder what the
Right.
range is.
Like, I actually have the pattern and everything to make the individual plates and everything.
Oh, wow.
Here's the time consuming thing is that each individual. Here, let me pull up a closer up view. Hopefully. Each individual plate is tied on in a specific way with silk string, or silk ribbon.
You guys are aware we're supposed to be getting a meteor or a asteroid passing our planet here soon, right?
Like, how close are you talking?
I don't know, but NASA, I seen a NASA alert. I was trying to look it up.
I'm busting out the pie. I can't wait anymore. It's been staring at me in the face.
I already ate my pie. I already called time for pie.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I called it a little bit ago.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, did.
So, Don's dog last night, Hal, did he say anything about what happened?
Yeah, it had a
Seizure.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
It happens once a year.
Yeah, he
Okay.
said it's doing better today.
All right.
Pie is delicious.
Did you find it, Canoes?
Yep, I'm bringing it up now.
Cool.
Yeah, they're already taking pre-orders for it. It's about $4,000.
We're gonna have to
Oh, wow.
build one.
The heck is that?
Railgun.
That looks heavy as fuck.
I want one.
Those capacitors
They
and stuff
say-
on that's all.
They say that the velocity of whatever you're going to use as your round will be enough to take down small game. I don't know if it would take down. I don't know if it would take down a deer, but definitely like squirrels and rabbits and shit.
Yeah.
Give them
Really?
another 10 years to work on it. Yeah.
Eventually, we'll be hunting deer with laser rifles.
Seashell. Calcium carbonate.
I'm putting the link for the article in the chats.
I want a phaser.
That's kind of lame, though. Small game, squirrel. That's a pretty lame, heavy ass squirrel gun.
Remember that handheld directed energy weapon that the Army, they were saying the Army had a prototype over in Iraq, and they could zap a platoon with it and they would all just get really sick to their stomach and couldn't function.
Yeah, it's a scaled down LiDAR, I think.
Yeah, they put them in Bradley's. Yeah. The big
Yeah.
square antenna. Kind of look the same.
That show Whale Wars, they were actually using it on these Japanese whaling ships.
Yeah, it's
And they're using it on the Navy's supposed to have them on their ships too.
They're lucky that the Jap Coast Guard or Navy didn't blow their boat out of the water.
They were using it on for pirates. The Navy.
Yeah. There's even merchant vessels that are over, in that area off of Somalia and everything that have their own LiDAR systems for repelling pirates.
It's supposed to be a non-lethal thing that makes them sick to their stomach.
There was video from earlier this year. It showed a bunch of absolutely retarded Somali pirates that were off the coast, and they were in probably 8 or 10 small boats, and it was at night or dusk. They couldn't see their target. They thought they were going after a merchant freighter. They were actually going against a fucking destroyer.
Well, right now, a lot of private.
That's when you know you fucked up.
A lot of private vessels are actually buying FLIR now, and you could spot incoming stuff from pretty far off.
Yep. I actually looked into that kind of work for a while.
Now there's one that they put on big yachts, and it can go for 100 miles. That you could spot a vessel 100 miles away. It looks like a little R2D2 or something, and it's FLIR. It's got all kinds of other capabilities too. It's mainly for safety, they claim.
Yeah, navigation hazards and shit like that. But to be honest, if it's shaped like little R2D2, it's probably a scaled down version of the guidance package from a CIWS gun that the Navy uses.
Oh yeah, it actually
little radar unit inside of it.
Yeah, and it has that same thing that naval vessels use for their guns, where the camera stays on a flat level plane even though the ship is moving.
Yep, it has an auto gyro inside that corrects it.
Right. I was checking them out on some YouTube videos about them the other day. Pretty fascinating. If you had an ocean going, sailboat or whatever, some type of a yacht, and you put that on it, it'd probably save your butt,
Hey, this is what I was talking about when I said every single little panel is connected with a it's a series of little plates that are held together with silk ribbon.
I've seen.
Let me see if I can zoom this in.
They're actually beautiful.
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
They really are. It's just so time consuming to make them, though.
See the chest piece, the part that goes around the throat, that's called the gorget. And then the shoulder pieces are called pauldrons. So you get the
now is that the European?
Well, see, we really don't have a word for it in English other than throat armor, but it's called a gorget.
Yep.
It's called gorget.
It's a French word.
Yeah.
And the pauldrons are your articulated shoulder pieces.
Right.
The Romans had similar armor as that. Later Roman period, they started to use more solid plates. They'd have on the chest.
They used it as a solid chest piece. But the earlier Roman period actually used that articulated, gave them a lot of freedom of movement. It's just heavy as hell.
Yeah.
Especially bronze armor. That's even heavier than steel.
A lot of those guys that wore that stuff were cavalry. They would ride it while wearing, working on horses, so they weren't marching around on it,
Or chariots.
Yeah, chariots too.
Charioteers. A lot of your charioteers would have a solid bronze chest plate. A lot of times they didn't have any pauldrons. They would just have the chest piece, And the Celts, the only armor they really had a lot of the time was they would have that gorget to protect them from being beheaded.
If you're interested in the Japanese terminology, there's that.
Buffering. Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty cool. So you know what the leg pieces are called?
Leg pieces?
No, they're called your leg pieces and your forearm pieces are called greaves.
Yep.
Greaves.
Okay.
Those are the greaves.
What? See, that's what somebody should have gone as. This. Okay, right here. Hang on, let me pull this up.
So I used to fight with a two-handed battle axe and a type of a shield called a buckler. Mounted on my upper arm, on my bicep. I'd wear a buckler and a two-handed battle axe.
I kind of like those shields that had the cutout indentation along the top side that you could use as a rest for a spear. So you could hold the shield up in front of you, rest your spear in that notch, and just spear the shit out of people.
Yep, they did some crazy stuff like that. They even the Norse shields. A lot of the Norse didn't have a round shield like that. They had a notched out area where they could spear you from that little groove that you're talking about. But that was in the later Renaissance period, mostly.
Oh shit, son. That's great. I like that. I approve. Yes.
Sure, on my way. 9 months later. Yeah.
So I found the modern day equivalent of samurai armor.
Okay.
Apparently, this thing is bulletproof, for handguns at least.
That kind of resembles like an EOD suit.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Let's see. It's this right here. Hang on, let me share this other screen.
I'm kind of wishing I bought some soft body armor.
I got a plate carrier I can sell you.
Oh yeah.
I don't have any armor for it. It's semi soft armor, class 3 plus. I have that in my personal plate carrier, but I have a spare plate carrier that could use a good home.
Right.
Yeah, where did Don T. Rupp go? Get your butt back up here, bud.
Yeah, I just need the panels.
Yeah, where did Dante go?
I'm gonna get me a couple of soft panels.
And there is now 9 viewers.
Yeah. Once I can afford it, I would definitely go with the class 4.
Yeah.
Class 4.
Yeah.
Level 4?
Yeah, level 4, class 4, whatever you want to call it. Can stop a 5.56 or a 7.62.
I prefer the armor of God.
Well,
Much cooler. On a hot day, that's unwearable. Right.
well, that AR-500 will protect you up to 308.
Yeah, I bought the cheap shit. What brand? The stuff I got was Vism, which is part of NC Star. I got it for like the 2 back and front plates, the shooter cut, extra large size. I think I got them both for like $99.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard anything about the flooding that's going on in North Carolina? Like all these
No,
people dying.
no, it's news to me.
There was like a huge flood out in North Carolina. Like 10 or 11 people died in it.
Oh, wow.
That must have been part of that tropical storm that came up from Florida.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
The tail edge of it. Yeah,
this weekend,
1896.
hell's going to break loose in Portland.
yeah.
T96,
Welcome in
what's up?
T96.
Love 96.
So, is Weather Falls having flooding?
Now, he's down in South Carolina. I don't think he would have told us if he had flooding.
Oh, yeah.
It's up in North Carolina, so it's around TBD. I guess.
Somewhere in the Kakalakis.
Yeah.
Kahootie Hoochie. They got some really interesting Indian names for places out in the Carolinas. Waxahachie.
There we go. My thumb finally popped. Cool.
Well, stay safe there, weather. Yeah. Make sure you have plenty of fuel for your generator, plenty of quick access food,
Batteries,
water.
Somebody say
Candle.
battery?
Batteries.
I need
You
some
know,
new
I
batteries.
like batteries.
so many people just discount having enough water.
I know.
That is true.
I like batteries.
I got about 300 gallons jugged up in the basement.
Chocolate kitchen.
Let's see, I got 6 gallons that's unfrozen, and then another 7 gallons in the deep freezer that's frozen. No, probably about 8 or 9 gallons now that I think about it, because there's some Gatorade bottles that are frozen too, full of water.
But yeah,
But
well,
what I would like to have for water storage, those things that you have over at your place, Wiz, those big plastic containers,
Oh, with the
1,000
frame
liters.
around them?
the
Right, the
cube
1,000
ones in the
liter thing.
wire cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you gotta be careful. I've looked them up for sale online, and a lot of them are used for various chemicals and shit. You'd have to. I don't know
Right.
if they'd be. I don't know if they'd be safe to put water in for drinking.
Well, some of them, right, are not going to be that way, but they can be used for like septic tanks, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of them that is just, they have syrups in them or something like that.
Mhm.
They mass pack, that kind
Are
of thing.
those fairly new? Because I haven't seen those up until about maybe 2 years ago.
Oh no, they've been around for quite a while.
Hmm.
Most of the time, you'll see them used and reused in construction units. But yeah, you can set it up with quite a bit.
Mhm.
Each one is 275 gallons. You put 4 of those, you got 1,000-gallon reserve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of weight.
Oh yeah.
So you have to watch your, when you build a tower, you have to build a tree style construction tower.
For gravity flow, yeah.
Right. Because the higher up you get it, the better your pressure is going to be.
Yeah.
And if you remember the old farms, they always had that windmill next to the water tower.
Yep.
That's what it was for, to work that well.
Yep.
And that tower, that water tank that was up there, usually they were like 500, 600 gallons.
So have you ever built a windmill, Wizard?
Knife house. Silver paste.
Yeah.
What's up, crazy
Yeah.
Canadian?
Hey, crazy Canadian in the house. What's up? Yeah, I've built windmills before. I want to build. In fact, the one I want to build next is using a magnetic bearing arrangement that I want to build.
So most of the standard windmills you see out in the prairie, those are for just like cattle wells for drawing water for cows, right?
Yeah, nowadays, but it was for farm use. Yeah, usually it was a farmstead kind of thing.
So do they got to keep them greased and stuff so that they keep turning and working?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never got up and seen them.
Well, you're talking about your basic one steel pump.
Like what you see out in Nebraska and stuff. You'll see them out in the middle of the prairie.
Right. You're just talking about a simple lever pump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm wondering, though, they probably have a set of gears, right?
No, generally it's just a rod and a handle that moves a piston up and down inside of a chamber that has flat valves that open and close according to which way the piston is moving.
That
I
must
had
be
a
how you
friend,
motorcycle.
I had a friend who built a really cool water wheel that powered a generator.
1 minute warning.
Yeah, I love old fashioned water wheels, like from historic mills and stuff. I've seen a lot of those traveling. And there's a couple that are still operational and still used for grinding corn and shit. Down in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains at the national park. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they sell that corn like gold.
Yep. Well,
Original stone ground corn.
yeah, there's actually a restaurant that's sited at the mill in right outside the national park. It's called the Cornflower Mill Restaurant, and they grind their own corn in house and use it for a lot of the recipes. Oh man, their country fried steak is to die for.
Canoes with
My friend built
It's
his
20 after.
Fire in the motherfucking bowl.
Fire is the bowl.
my friend
Brought to
built
you
his
by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
.com.
.com.
Now, what were you saying, Bill?
I said my friend built his out of PVC and 5-gallon buckets. A water wheel that powered a generator.
Good night, all. I'm falling asleep.
All right, battery. Dream well, Patriot.
All right, later, Kev.
Good night.
But yeah, I can see that. I want to make a vertical windmill, but I want to use the magnetic bearing system on it. I'm gonna build a magnetic bearing system so it has it's a frictionless pull except for what turning that.
Well, see, he built his off of an irrigation canal. His water wheel.
Oh, water wheel. Yeah, I'm talking about free windmill.
Oh, yeah. He built a water wheel on an irrigation canal with PVC pipe and 5-gallon buckets. And he had a trough that he could move it on and off. So he could turn the water on and off to irrigate with. And it also powered a generator.
Guys, I'm going to head out here in the next 10 minutes. I got to be up in 6 hours.
What for?
I got to meet Mom. Get some shit accomplished. Get some paperwork signed. All that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They're making a vertical windmill for you.
Wow.
What is that?
It's a windmill.
That's a windmill? That's cool as hell.
Mm-hmm. That was up on top of the Cleveland Indians baseball stadium for about 3 or 4 years, and then they knocked it down. When it was running, it powered about I think they said a fourth or a fifth of the stadium's electricity.
Oh,
Just that
wow.
one tower.
Wow. Huh.
Wow. Yeah. Oh shit. Now I've seen some really interesting design stuff.
Well, there's another one. There's another type, kind of like that. They put them on sailboats. It's a wind turbine system that actually powers a drive shaft.
Yep, I've seen those.
Huh.
Looks like a tower. It's not. They don't even have a sail on the boats. It's called a wind sail or something like that, and it's a tower, and it powers the drive shaft, and you're basically running by wind power.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, looks like a tower on the boat.
Huh.
So
yeah, a lot of people that do long distance sailing have those.
Yeah, it's meant to either use it by fuel power, or you could use that. So it gives you two options. Some of them have that, and they have sails also. It's pretty cool what you can do now. A lot of new ideas coming out. Not to mention solar powered boats too.
So crazy Canadians getting a curved monitor.
Calypso 2. Yeah, battery's got it. That's the one I think I saw, Calypso 2. Cylindrical. Yep. Yeah, that's way cool. But I've been seeing them with solar panels and everything on them now. It's really big in Australia and South America and stuff. We're kind of behind the times on alternative power.
I can't wait until I can get a real boat.
Yeah.
My gosh, I mean, imagine how much power you could generate if you had the whole cab of your boat, you know, the whole cab just covered in freaking solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
You could be charging your deep cycle batteries and stuff.
Yeah, I want something like, depending on how much money I make, I'd like a 28-foot, maybe a 32-foot Sea Ray with a cabin. I'd like that. I like Sea Rays.
I want to go bigger.
Well, I would like to go bigger too, but I'm trying to think reasonably here.
No, I mean, I don't care if I got to get an old ass boat, but the thing is, so that I could do trips, you know, and get out into bigger waters, I'd want at least a 30-something footer, if not a 40-footer.
Yeah, I want something that I can take on any of the Great Lakes. So 28 to 38, you know, that range.
I'd go probably 30-footer out there. I think a 30-foot vessel or thereabouts, like 32-footer, would be pretty comfortable. And you want enough living space that you can actually kind of enjoy yourself, but you don't want it so big that you can't man it by yourself, where you got to have a crew.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking of, is something I could man it by myself if I need to. But I, you know, hopefully if I make long trips, I don't have to be by myself. Hopefully I find other people that want to go.
I would love to have had enough money to buy those surplus Navy Mark V SEAL boats that were up for sale a couple years ago.
Oh yeah,
they were about $600,000, I think, but well worth it, man. But you definitely need a crew to run them or know what you're doing. Because they got like engine rooms and shit.
Now think of your lifestyle actually living out on the open water like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you were by yourself, it'd be okay, but then you have to sleep sometime.
Yeah.
So you would be like, I mean, I'd at least want somebody to stand watch.
Well, a lot of people here on Lake Erie, they won't, you know, if they're boating out on the lake, they don't necessarily go to port, you know, and dock up for the night somewhere. There's people that sleep out on the lake. They'll set a couple anchor lines. You know, the lake bed is pretty sandy. So you can get a good bite on an anchor. It would take a good storm to, rip you free, but people do it all the time.
Yeah, but when you're like out on the intercoastal waterway and stuff,
Yeah, you can't do that there.
yeah, exactly.
You'll get a run over.
You could. Usually they'll have a warning system or something.
Mm-hmm.
You've got an approaching vessel within certain distance. You'll get a beacon signal.
Yeah. The like on Lake Erie, people will do that anywhere up to say 3 or 4 miles off the shore, because there's lake freighter traffic further out past that, and you don't want to be anchored and have a 3 million ton tanker run you over.
No, they wouldn't even see you. Those ships are so big, they wouldn't even see you there.
Well, the way that they got like those beacon setups now, you can get a beacon to put on your boat. You can register it, and there's a commercial website that that beacon will show up at, and a lot of ships, have the capability to pick up that beacon, and it'll show up on the radar scopes.
All right.
Go to bed, Apex.
I'm about to. I'm on my way out. I will talk to y'all tomorrow.
Rock on.
All right, man. Dream well, Patriot.
Night, guys.
Okay, good night, Apex. Yeah, I would, but I've researched it. I mean, not like I've lived that lifestyle or anything, but I subscribe to a couple of channels that were all about living on liveaboard vessels.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that are doing it. I'm telling you, there's freaking millions of people doing it. It is a way to get off grid.
Yep.
We've got water makers on board, so you can actually convert salt water to fresh water. You can buy water makers. You can build water makers. They're not hard to do.
Yep.
And the other thing is, you got to have a marine radio.
Yep. Hey, Kim, you have a good one. Get some sleep.
Yes, God bless you. Sweet dreams, Kim.
Good night, Kim. So you'd want to be able to communicate ship to ship.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. I mean, you might need Coast Guard or something to come and rescue you or something. You might be taken on water. A lot of things can happen.
Well, our friend Allison that used to come up here like going on 2 years now. That's the lifestyle her father lives. He lives on a boat and he goes all over both coasts of Florida, and I think he goes up to the Carolinas too.
Well, I know people that don't even have money that do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've met them. I met them when I was living down in Florida. They don't even have money. This one couple that I met, they said they got their boat for $8,000 used, and it was like a 28-foot sailboat, an old one.
Mm-hmm.
And they fixed it all up, and they sold their house, they sold everything they had, and they just decided that's what they wanted to do. They didn't want to mow lawns anymore. They were done with all that shit. They didn't want to mow lawns. They didn't want to keep up a yard. The only thing they had is that living space on that boat. That the whole how I heard it put was
The whole world is now my backyard.
Yep. We used to have a marina in Cleveland on the Cuyahoga River years ago, and they had probably about 40 or 50 slips for boats, but the property on the land side was adjacent to a closed up factory and big parking lot for the factory. They bought the property there, and they set it up so that people, at the end of the season, they want to take their boats out of the water. They could park their boats in the parking lot over there, and they would allow people to live on site there. They paid a little bit of rent, and those people, they had their sailboats up on blocks and whatnot, and they would just live in their boat during the wintertime. Yep.
You can even dry dock it, and you dry dock your boat, and you could live on it while it's dry docked. And it's actually cheaper than a slip fee in some places.
And if it gets if it gets cold, you simply go south.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're on the Mississippi.
Well, what a life. I mean, man, you might get sick of being out at sea for a while and want to stay on land. You just dry dock it.
Yep.
You pull into these harbors, and they've got these hoists, and it'll pull your boat right out of the water.
Yep.
And they've got trolleys, and you could trolley the boat right down to a place, and there's a hoist over there to unload your boat and put it in a parking spot.
Yeah, you would be amazed at how many marinas there are here in Ohio, both on the Lake Erie shore and down south along the Ohio River. It's nuts.
I believe it. Any place like the Mississippi, I'm sure there's a lot of marinas on the Mississippi even.
Like out by where Kim lives in Ohio, if you go like straight north from her place to the lake shore, that's right around where like the islands of Lake Erie are. It's a huge tourist place. Summer, spring break party town. I shit you not, within like this one, there's one city up there that has dockage slipping for probably about 10,000 boats in this one town, and they're almost always full.
Yeah,
but a lot of people that boat out here.
You can also a lot of these marinas that you're talking about, they also have buoys that you can moor to.
Mm-hmm.
You can moor there and stay for longer, for a lot cheaper than you do. You just got to have some kind of a dinghy or something to come to shore on.
Yep, they have basins like that they do it in. There's even a couple of like real dinky marinas that are set up right outside of trailer parks, so you could have a trailer, live in, in the wintertime, and your boat's right, 50 feet away.
Yeah, that's way cool. Yeah, Florida, same way. There's a lot of places in Florida. The Intercoastal Waterway in Florida, okay, so you've got kind of a protected waterway that you can travel on, that you're not actually out on the Atlantic.
Yeah, at some spots you're a couple miles inland.
Yeah. I mean, you can head all the way up there, and then all along the Gulf, there's an intercoastal waterway along the Gulf too. Goes all the way down to like Padre Island in Texas and stuff. So
yeah, the East Coast one that stretches from like mid-Atlantic Florida, like Banana River, and you can take it all the way up to fucking Carolinas.
So this couple I was talking about that sold their house and everything, they bought this old boat and they fixed it up, and they said they paid $8,000 for it, and it was a big boat. I mean, it was a pretty good size. And this is what they did. They were health physics technicians, and they worked all the outages along the East Coast at the nuclear power facilities. That's all they did was go up and down the intercoastal waterway and work in the and they got paid per diem and everything as health physics technicians. And that's basically I am a junior health physics technician. So yeah, and it was so cool when they were telling me, and it inspired me because it was like, yeah, it is possible to live that dream. And they made huge money too. You don't have to do that. I mean, there's a lot of other things. There was a family, they raised 7 kids on a boat. And they made Sweden their home away from home. They were Americans, and they basically, their children all had dual citizenship for Sweden and the U.S. And their kids were all went to college, school, and everything in Sweden. And they lived on the boat most of the time. So the most of their childhood, they lived on this boat. And the adventures and stuff they went through, I followed their videos for a really long time. All the stuff they did. You see these kids swinging off the derrick and everything, and jumping in the water, and
climb the mast and walk out on the yard arm and go diving. Yeah,
exactly. They were just having all kinds of fun. They had a good life, and the kids were so innocent. They were like not exposed to a lot of other stuff that's going on in the world.
That's kind of like that movie. Did you ever see it? White Squall. It was late 90s, I think. It was about a large sailing vessel. I mean, it was at least 100 foot long, and it was like a summer school for kind of rich kids, and they lived on that boat for like 8 months, and got their master's licenses at the if they went through the whole 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, like these kids, they learned to live with very little, only what they could have there on the boat with them for their whole childhood. And they were so innocent. They didn't grow up to be materialistic. They grew up to appreciate the ocean and everything. So unlike kids that you see today. It's just, I bet they had good minds, as adults. I bet these kids had great minds.
Well grounded,
absolutely. Very cohesive family. They all had duties. They knew what they needed to do. The kids didn't have a lot of the stresses that kids have now, trying to interact with other kids in a public school and all this shit, Man, if I was going to live my life all over again and get married and have kids, there's no way I'd put them in a public school. No way.
No. If I ever have a kid, homeschool for sure.
They would be homeschooled, or I would at least be on some homeschool program from a private school or something, like they did in Sweden. These kids were they spoke fluent Swedish and English. And when they speak English, you could not even detect an accent.
Yeah.
When they spoke Swedish, they sounded like totally they were Swedish, But they didn't just live in Sweden. I mean, it showed them sailing off to the Caribbean, Australia, South America, do some island hopping down in Chile, that kind of thing. Man, I'll tell you what a way to live. Yeah. That was so inspirational. So we got anybody left in the chat?
Yeah, lurkers, sound off.
Got some lurkers out there.
We're only showing 7 people watching us right now.
Oh,
5 on Twitch, 2 on Sick Pat's channel on YouTube. I think Zoom's still here.
I'm sorry, I'm feeding the dogs. I'll be right back.
All right.
well, even the lurkers, I still appreciate them.
Crazy Canadian still here.
Is Crazy Canadian female or male?
I think female.
Okay.
Valentine's still here.
Ha ha, Valentine. Cool. I'm pretty sure Valentine's female.
Now, where I worked at up in Canada, we had there was some recreational boating up there, but like you had to follow some pretty precise charts and use GPS to get around because like the channels that were deep enough for the boats, were few and far between. So there was this one area in the provincial park at the mouth of the main river that basically became the mouth it consisted of probably 30 to 40 different river channels, and some parts of that you could bring a motorboat into or a sailboat, and they had some dockage areas that almost looked like a real tiny version of the intercoastal waterway. And these people, like in the middle of the summertime, you'd go down there, we'd be paddling past, probably about 100 boats, all camped out along this one basin in this one channel. And the land there was like these huge open flat spots of just flat granite, like the size of football fields. And they'd set up, tents and canopies, and they'd party all fucking week up there.
Cool.
Barbecue, get drunk off their ass, go swimming. It was gorgeous. Oh God, I love that place. Most beautiful place on earth I've ever seen.
So, I mean, like if you're out in your boat and you have things that might be considered contrabands and in certain countries and stuff, you interact with other people, when you get in the marinas or whatever, get in that environment. People that have been these places, they kind of clue you in. At least that's the way it was with these people that were dual citizens of Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were saying. They said because they had guns. I mean, but a lot of places a lot of countries are not allowed to search you unless they have probable cause.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, every country is just not nasty and mean like you might think.
It's been over 20 years since I've been up to Canada, so I'm not sure how they operate up there. But back when I was up there, the provincial police had boat units, and if you were in the provincial park, they could stop aboard any craft anytime they want to do a safety check, just like the Coast Guard.
Yeah, but a lot of places they're okay with you having like a stainless shotgun or something like that to protect yourself.
Yeah.
At least that, a minimum of that. And also that stainless shotgun could also have flares in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a survival tool.
And that's the way you'd probably want a stainless anyway on a boat.
Yep.
All right, I'm back. Ugh.
And I would
welcome back, Don.
Hey, Don.
How does this headset sound?
A little muffled, to be honest.
Well, my good sounding headset, the battery died on it. So
Gotcha.
I'm on the Sony now. which
It's still good. We can understand you.
Sounds like a name.
Hey, good buddy. Breaker 19.
If you say so.
Oh,
Fire
that's a big
in the
rocket.
bowl. Fire in the bowl.
In the bowl.
So there was a time in my life where I used to work for Sperry Marine. And what Sperry does is makes a bunch of gyros, radars, autopilots, marine equipment for big ships and little ships. So I was in Seattle and I was servicing vessels in Seattle, and one of them I had to service SATCOM on one of our customers' boats. And what this was someone had bought a tugboat and stripped it down and made it his home. And then they bought a barge, tied the tugboat to the barge, gutted the barge, hollowed the barge out, and made the barge a palatial estate, literally. It was 2 floors in the barge. The barge was one of those big, thick, river barges.
Wow.
Dude had a setup like you would not believe.
Bet.
I mean, fucking big screen TVs, and this was back in the day. This was early 2000s kind of shit like that. He had the shit. He was really. I was flabbergasted, and I was there to work on his SATCOM. His SATCOM was the lowest piece of tech in the whole joint.
Wow.
And he, this is back when SATCOM cost $10 a minute.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that would pick up the phone and talk for an hour and not bat an eye at it. But
Right.
it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. People doing that all the time, off-grid kind of shit like that. There are lots and lots and lots of unique housing, like Mr. Ghost was what Bill was telling us here. Lots of off-grid, on-grid, unique housing kinds of situations, boats, barges, buses. I mean, if truth be known, I'm living in this RV right now. I'm living in a 36-foot RV right now. I'm between houses. I mean, I got a house on the East Coast that I haven't lived in 6 months.
Right.
I'm waiting on mine to be built here that'll be done in 3 months. So I'll end up spending 9 months out of this year in this RV. Not the worst thing in the world, but it does get fucking annoying some days.
Right.
But, I live in a unique off-grid or housing situation. I work from home, so I work from within this thing. I can work from anywhere. I can get an internet connection.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is there's lots and lots and lots of these unique situations, unique people doing unique shit for their housing.
Right.
With land prices going through the ceiling, then people are trying to, people are going off grid. People are looking for cheaper ways to get the deal. People are also looking for that whole, you've got a new scenic backyard every day or every 5 days or every 10 days or something like that. Same thing with what Canoes was saying about the boats on the lake there in the marinas. People living in that shit doing it,
Right.
It works for them. So I guess I should get off my high horse now but there's a lot of those different situations, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. A lot of different unique kind of living arrangements.
Right. It doesn't take much, It can be quite minimalistic.
Yeah, the status quo is just no longer, I think we're all moving past that whole, we've got a house on the hill in the cul-de-sac next to the neighbors and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I don't want neighbors.
I'm
Neighbors
with
are
you,
overrated.
brother. There you go. I was going to say the exact same thing. highly overrated. Somebody who's blowing smoke up your ass and telling you that neighbors are a good thing. I got nothing for neighbors. The best neighbors I have are a mile and a half away.
Yeah. Mine are a quarter mile. But yeah, I don't see them much.
I was talking to the sales lady for the car the other day, and she was so nice. She was such a nice young lady. And she was like, so, you know, what about you? What are you a people person? What do you do? I was like, no, fuck no. You know how all those, you see those commercials that I'm a people person? No, I am the anti-people person. I am the un-people person. No, I do not. People are not my favorite people.
Right.
So yeah, I'm antisocial, is what I'm told. That's an antisocial viewpoint. Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I want to hop the Aleutian Islands.
I just want to be left alone, and you can do whatever you want to do, so don't fuck with my.
Well, if you're going to hop the Aleutians, you know you're going to have to do it during summertime, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I hope they don't blow up on you. A lot of
cold as
volcano
fuck up there, dude. And
I hope you
right.
don't get capsized by a whale.
Yes, all of that. It's a chain of volcanoes is all it is.
Right.
And bad weather in the wintertime.
Bad.
If you watch, what is it, Dangerous, what is it, The Most Dangerous Catch or something like that?
Deadliest Catch, yeah.
There you go, Deadliest Catch. A bunch of motherfuckers die out there every year out on that water. I wouldn't do it to save my ass. But, you know.
No, I'd hunker down in the southern Aleutians.
There you go.
I wouldn't go there in the first place.
I would.
It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous place up there. It's cold as fuck, but you know.
Well, you probably got to get cold as fuck to get away from the people, though.
There is that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Alaska is a wonderful place. If you're not Mr. People person, Alaska is your place.
It's my place then.
Yes, it is. It's my place. I love Alaska. I've had more than a couple of occasions to spend some time up there, and it is beautiful.
And you got down there in Ketchikan, and the winters don't get too bad down in Ketchikan.
Exactly. Very temperate, all along the coast there. Yeah, it's nice.
Ranger running through the bush got ripped by a
briar.
Yeah, not real bad, but yeah.
I hope he's not bleeding or anything. I hope.
He just triggered it. He was showing me his owie. Now I'm gonna put some silver on it. He don't like that.
No, I don't figure he does. But you know, you're a young pup. You learn from that kind of shit.
Right.
So you get to be an old dog.
Right.
Now, Don, when you were up in the Seattle area for that gig, did you ever go around any of the San Juan Islands?
As a matter of fact, I did. Yes. I spent quite a little bit of time in the Straits of Juan de Fuca. There's a bunch of oil tankers that come in from Valdez to about 3 different refineries within the Puget Sound, Juan de Fuca, Straits of Juan de Fuca area. And so I would always go up there and catch those oil tankers and ride them up the inside passage, just like you got a coastal waterway here, you got the inside passage that goes from Straits of Juan de Fuca all the way up to almost to Valdez. But you do have to grab some open water there towards the end. But you can hug the coast and it'll be okay.
Yeah. Did you, when you were in the Navy, were you ever stationed or did you work at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island up there?
I did not. No, sir.
Ah, okay.
I did manage to service a couple of, I think, 2 destroyers. They had Mark 37 gyros on them. And it wasn't Whidbey Island because at that point I think Whidbey Island was still a naval air station. But it was, for some reason, the word Bainbridge comes to mind.
Yes, that used to be, there was like one pier that could handle like 4 destroyers up there. I forget what they called it though.
But I did like two different just jaunts up there to work on Navy boats, but not during my tenure. No. Most of what I did was East Coast, European, Caribbean, Indian Ocean, little bit of Westpac in the Pacific, but that's about it. Mostly Sixth Fleet is what they call it. Basically, it's East Coast to Europe. And if you're lucky, you slip through the Suez and you can do like a shellback in the Indian Ocean if you want. I got my shellback personally here in the Atlantic Ocean. But
well, I got a good one for you. So, which one would you rather do? Would you rather die in the Aleutian Islands or die from the vaccine?
Oh, it clearly would be the Aleutian Islands.
Yeah.
Would I rather die? Yeah, that's where I'd rather be because I'd have a shot at survival there. The vaccine, I wouldn't have a shot at survival. So I'm gonna,
I'm thinking you have a better shot at survival around a Kodiak bear than you would that freaking vaccine.
I would. At least I could turn around and run my balls off.
Right.
See how fast I could climb a tree, or see,
If that happens, right.
At least there I got a shot. Vaccine, I got nothing.
Right.
Can't
run from it.
Throw the magnet up on your arm and wait for death.
Yeah, there you go. So that's kind of my thinking. That's kind of why I like the boat idea. Maybe the Aleutians aren't the answer. Maybe they are. I don't know, but I'll find out once I get a boat.
And on that thought, I'm going to do the closing fire in the motherfucking boat.
Are we done already?
Yeah, I got to take off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we
right.
said that here.
I know. You guys got here earlier than I did. It's all good.
Right. Yeah. I know.
Tree there. Get up the tree, Don. Yeah, I'd try. I surely would.
What time is it there? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, it's only 11 here.
I had to go get the wife has a brake problem, so I had to go, and we just discovered it, and they're going to keep her car overnight. So I had to go pick her up at the mechanics. That's a 45-minute run. So.
Oh wow! Right.
But I got to tell you, I'm really digging this new Jeep. Really liking it.
Nice.
Can't wait to start adding on toys.
Putting toys on it.
Exactly.
I can imagine having a big enough boat I could put a Jeep on it.
You could do that. Yeah.
You
I
can
know some
definitely do
people. So I follow the RV community a lot, of course, and I see a lot of people that bounce from RVs to boats. So they do the RV full time thing for 3 to 5 years or whatever. They get tired of it, and then they go boats. And they're either sailing to the Caribbean, sailing up and down the Pacific, or doing some kind of worldwide whirlwind kind of shit. But there's more than a couple of people that have done that and managed successful YouTube channels around it.
Right.
Having spent more than 20 years in the United States Navy, and knowing what I know about what it takes to keep a boat afloat and functional, it's a lot of work. Just a lot of work. So, I mean, if that's your thing, then great. I know a lot of people that are very successful at it.
Right.
And you can do it, but it just, to me, seems like just a lot of work. But RVs are a lot of work too. So I can't really be subjective around this. Does that make sense?
Right.
But yeah, I can see it. I mean, dude, I like the fact that I can move the RV anywhere I want to be and enjoy a new scenic view from my front windscreen here every 2 weeks. I like that.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad to get me a shanty on the Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tom
Do like
Sawyer.
party barge, kind of one of those river barge things like we talked about. I could see that. Definitely.
Yep. But the thing of it is, it's just kind of like you don't have a yard. You don't, man, all the upkeep and everything. Imagine all the
Bruce, boat. Break out another 1,000.
Yep.
Go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
Okay.
You guys, I'm taking off. It's 1 o'clock here.
All right, sir.
I got
I'm sorry to keep you guys up.
No, it's all good. Good talking to you.
I've never seen that before, Bruce. That's pretty cool boat. Break out another 1,000. I like that. I will use that. Yes, sir.
Right.
So
It's kind of
I'll
like,
catch you guys tonight.
all right, kiddies.
Thank you.
And everybody, God bless you. Thank you for hanging out, making the show. Great night tonight. And I thank God for each and every one of you each and every day. I really do. Dream well, Patriots, because we can win this shit. We're going to come through it. Just got to be on God's side because He's going to win. So, all right, guys.
All right, sir.
I will see you tomorrow night.
Yep. All good.
Have a great night, guys.
Thanks.